Let's get it, man. Let's talk about it. What's happening, everybody, man? Top of the PM, man. We are here. Let's talk about it, man. We are here with Matt Freeze and my boy Micah. And, we're blessed to be here. Let me go ahead and turn this down over here. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm good. I'm good. How about y'all?
I'm doing well, man. Yes, sir, man. I do want to go ahead and introduce you, man. From Friday Night Lights in Dodge City to the professional arena stage, today's guest, whom I also view as a little brother, is a definition of relentless drive and all-around athletic excellence. A true three-sport standout at Dodge City High School. He didn't just play the game, he made noise. A two-time Kansas 6A All-State selection in football, known for game-changing plays like a jaw-dropping performance featuring 3 interceptions and 2 touchdowns in a single playoff game. On the hardwood, he earned All-State honorable mention. On the diamond, he helped lead his team to a WAC title in a deep postseason run. But his story doesn't stop there. He took the same work ethic to the next level, competing at Dodge City Community College and Fort Hays State before stepping into the professional ranks. Today, he's making his mark with the Southwest Kansas Storm, showcasing his versatility on both sides of the ball as a defensive back and wide receiver. Beyond the game, he's also embraced life off the field, building a family, becoming a husband, father, a son, a brother. This is more than an athlete. It's a story of commitment, growth, and passion. Let's welcome Matt Freeze Jr. What's happening, man?
Let's go.
Yeah, man, I'm so glad to have you here, bro. I'm going to go ahead and get into it right now, man. The first question I have for you, man, is what was your childhood like, and when did sports first become a big part of your life?
My childhood, man. My childhood was it was a tough upbringing. My mom was a single mother for about 8 years by herself. It was just me and her. My grandpa lived in the house with us, and then she met my pops. Came into our life, and from that day, he just grounded us, made me who I am today. Just was a real great male example that I needed in my life. Even for him being a young figure for himself, he stepped into a role that he didn't need to, and did the right thing as a man, and just raised a kid that wasn't his. And so I'm beyond thankful for that. Without him, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today. So definitely give a great thanks for my pops for that one. I say third grade was when sports really became big to me. I started playing football around third grade when we could play tackle football around here at the time. And that was the first time I ever put pads and a helmet on. I remember the first day I got my pads, came home, my dad was like, "You ever been hit before?" I said, "Nah, this dude, I'm a little old guy." And Dad, he's big at the time. So he's like, "All right, put your helmet, your shoulder pads on, buckle them up." He stood me in the front yard. He just ran at me full speed and just hit me. I was like, "Dang!"
Yo, I think I did. He take a picture of that in pads before?
Yeah,
I remember that. That's wild. That's funny, yo. That's funny,
so that
man.
That was really when sports kind of became the real deal for me, and I kind of took it serious. I just thought it was fun and things like that. I've always been an active kid. I did wrestle from like 4 until I got to third grade, but it really wasn't as serious. I thought it was just kind of a fun thing for me, so I didn't really take it as serious. But football was really the first main sport that I took serious was when I got in the pads around third grade. Yeah,
man, that's what's up, man. So growing up, did you always see yourself as like a multi-sport athlete?
No, I was, like I said, I was just an active kid. Just me and my cousins. We there was 5 boys and 1 girl, so we were all always outside. We were playing football, soccer, basketball. We would grab a baseball bat, put some tape or something outside and make our own base path, and we just played sports. Like, we just like being outside playing sports. And so I think it just kind of, as I got older and my parents signed me up for things, it all kind of just came together, and then it just clicked. It was better to be active than not doing anything at all. So that's really what being a multi-sport athlete came about, was more better being active than not doing anything at all.
Yeah, like just getting outside. Like remember that one time, I remember when we was what'd you call it, the South Side?
The South Side.
The South Side, when I was in Dodge City, Kansas with Dre. And I remember we went outside and we were throwing the football, and I had you running routes against them kids out there. Yeah. I don't even remember what the kids was, but I remember you was burning them though. And you had a competitive spirit. You were getting mad if you didn't catch the football. I remember
I hated it. I hated losing at a young age. It's like I'm still to that way this day. I calmed down some, but at a young age, losing was not it. If I didn't do something that I knew I needed to do, like it was not okay for me.
And I think as long as it's controlled, and I know with your mom and your dad, I knew they're definitely going to control it, but you should have that mentality. If you lose, feel that. You know what I'm saying? Embrace that feeling, because you should not want to feel that way. If you lose and you don't care, that's a problem.
Most dedefinitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Like, so if you're smiling after a loss, then you don't have enough care for it. Yeah, no, you don't have enough care.
Could you imagine, could you imagine that, Micah, too? Could you imagine being in the locker room and watching one of your teammates smile after a loss?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's the thing. That actually hurts right now, and I haven't played football in forever.
We're just thinking about it. So, hey, but before Micah gets into it, did you ever, like, at any point, like when you at your age, before Micah gets into going into high school and stuff, when did you finally realize, like, oh damn, you know what, I can probably compete at the next level, whichever, like at a high level, that means like, okay, middle school, did you play middle school ball? Did you play high school ball? But I'm gonna let I'll let you answer that real quick, and then Micah's gonna go in with a couple questions.
So there was a point in time I wanted to play football. Like, I hated football so much just because I thought I was playing for the wrong reason. I would say maybe like eighth grade, I thought like I could be something special, just because I've never really been fast like that. Like, I just got by with my speed, but it was more of my body control with how I ran routes. And being an 8th grader running routes like that was not common, I guess, for us out here. Like, a lot of those guys would run sloppier out routes, sloppier dig routes, things like that. But to where mine was almost like I was coached to do that, and I really didn't have no help doing it. It was just, like you said, we played outside and on the concrete. Yeah. And we run the route, and then it was just muscle memory at that point. So,
and you could tell that. And you could tell that when I watched your highlights from so far from the Storm. I like the way you get out of there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like the way you get out of there. Go ahead, Micah. Go ahead, man.
No, man, bro. I appreciate you coming on, man. So, like, Rim read off your accolades, and honestly, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, dang, bro, like, you basically won every season. Like, I couldn't imagine how that feels, but, like, really, how did you, like, juggle playing, pretty much every season of high school and, having that dedication?
My parents were a big part of that. They pushed me real hard to be a student athlete. Student comes first, so like making sure everything was done in the classroom for sure was the first thing. So having good grades and make sure all my homework and everything was done. Especially being a multi-sport athlete, you leave in the classroom so much, you got to stay on top of your grades. Yeah. Getting home late nights and having to go back to school the next day, like you got to get up in the morning. So it was a lot of. I've never really been a big outing person. I don't do well with a lot of people. I like to stay grounded with the people that I'm around. So really my family. So that's really what I surrounded myself with. And so that helped a lot because I didn't hang out with friends in high school. I didn't go out and about. Like, I was at home with my family on the weekends, and then the weekdays it was practice, schoolwork, and then repeat the next day, go to school, same thing every day. And so juggling it really wasn't a problem because like the seasons here, they don't start until playoffs and everything is done from one sport to another. So you still have a grace period. So say we did go to a state championship for football. They play state football on Thanksgiving around over here, and then you get a 2-week period off before they can start basketball tryouts. And then so you get 2 weeks to recover your body, and then you go right into basketball. Mm-hmm. And then same thing, once basketball was over, you get another. I think we had like 3 weeks before baseball started because you got spring break in there and everything too. Yeah. So then you get the 3 weeks, body rested, and then you go right into baseball. So it really wasn't a big deal trying to juggle the 3 sports.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. And the big key that I heard there is just like the discipline you had at such a young age, and you had the parents to like really instill that. You know what I mean? So I think that's awesome for real. So like, which sport do you think challenges you the most, and also which sport it like comes naturally the most?
The most challenging one I would say was baseball. Now, my family will probably tell you I'm crazy for that because they say I was a good pitcher. To me, baseball was not it for me. Okay, it was just something to get me by, do something with my time. But baseball, just because the mental aspect of the game like that, it's such a mental game that with myself, like all the errors after errors, it kind of just it aggravates you and things like that. So that really was the challenging part, was just controlling all the emotions with the aggravation during that time. And then the one that came natural was just football. I think football was just my biological dad played football. And then just like we were always around watching football and everything with my mom's side of the family and things like that. I grew up always having a football in my hands. My cousins always wanted to play football. So football was really just the one that came the most natural.
Yeah, no, then I feel that. And then, honestly, you said you guys were like playing outside a lot, and I think,
Oh yeah.
I mean, kids nowadays, I feel like getting away from that, but like that's cool that you guys were outside and having that. I think really helps out when you hit the field for real, because you have that kind of interaction. So,
Oh yeah.
but
My cousin.
you had the all state honors. You got a lot of recognition, honestly, and everybody takes that differently. Like how did be an all state and being so successful in various sports? Like how'd that affect you and everything that you had going on?
Sorry.
You good, bro?
And because look, the way I took recognition was that right there. I felt
That's top tier recognition, bro. You good, bro? You good, man?
Yeah.
So I don't really. I don't. The recognition for that was kind of it was cool. My first year was my junior year, I believe, when I got the first recognition. It was an honorable mention for the first team, and just looking at my numbers and everything like that, I didn't realize it was that like that's where I put myself in. I knew I was when we did win the conference championship for football that year as well. And the quarterback got the offensive player of the year, but I was a close second from the coach's options to get it. So that was really what I was going for, was to get that offensive player of the year, because just offensively, I took it personal with every school because I knew so many of the DBs from each school that we played in our conference. Like, I just wanted to kill them every time that I seen them one-on-one. Like it was everybody got to get killed. Like that's what was my mindset was. Like whether I'm blocking you, whether I got you on a one-on-one route, whether they space me out by myself, like there's some, especially if we're playing at your house and you're talking, like my favorite game I would say that put me on the map for the team selection was our rivalry game against Garden my junior year. I was lined up one-on-one with this corner. The dude was following me the whole game, posted me on IG and Snapchat the whole week, telling me he had a clown face on me the whole week.
Yeah, okay, bet.
Just because I had a lot of chatter, I had a lot of chatter going into the game. They was our last game of the season, so I had a lot of chatter going into that game, and they put him one-on-one with me. So right before that, we called a timeout, and I told the coach, I was like, let's go single one-on-one. Let me have a post route. I'll get a little move on him, get inside, and then I'll run the post. It was windy out, so it was real hard to throw the football, but I got the one-on-one. Their crowds over there talking about I was overrated, and they was going crazy. So I got off the line. I beat the dude one-on-one, and there's a clip. He's literally just holding on my back. And the ball comes over. I caught it over the shoulder in the end zone, but we had two dudes lined up on the line, so it was a flag, so it didn't count. But the clip of it was
that counts
cool, because after I scored, I looked at their student section, and I kind of drew like a smile with my face, like the Joker, because they was putting clown faces on me all week. So
let's go, man,
bro. That's dope. Honestly, I can relate to that too. Because like growing up with people in in the same town, and then you end up playing at different high schools, I thought I had that exact same mentality. Like, I wanted to kill them when I was like at their home or whatever. Whenever we played, I'm like, man, it's just like it feels so good. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But as far as like those recognitions and things like that, I think the one that really kind of hurt me the most was I'm real grateful for the ones that I got in the first team. But the one that I wanted to get was the number one receiver spot my senior year. But we ended up losing. We didn't go play the last playoff game because of COVID.
Dang, I remember
The
that.
dude that got the number one spot, he actually plays football at Sam Houston right now. Pretty good friend of mine. His name's Quaves Humphreys. Dude's a freak of nature. Football, basketball. Dude's just a freak athlete. Like just crazy. And
Let's
me and him
go.
were head to head his senior year, my junior year, and so it was I was trying to catch him, and I couldn't break anything he had going my senior
But that's
year.
competition. You know, that's what makes that's what drives you to be better, man. So that's awesome to hear that, man.
He was definitely tough though. He was tough.
Yeah, man. So like just because we're still on high school, man, I can relate to like having like this crazy memorable game, and like you really had. I mean, you probably had multiple. But I want you to take us back to that game where you had, I think, two to three touchdowns, and like 3 interceptions. Like that's actually crazy, honestly.
A playoff game too, right?
Playoff game. Yeah.
It was a playoff game. Our opening playoff game in Topeka High. We were the number 8 seed, and they were the number 6 seed. So they got to host us, and going down there, I remember that bus ride going down there. Like, so the complex we play in, there's soccer fields, and then there's the football field going down into it. And so it was a pretty cool, like, little area to be in. And I remember pulling up and being from Dodge, like, you play liberal. We played Wichita maybe once my senior year, a Wichita school. So a lot of our teams, we don't see a lot of colors. So they're like, we get out to the east side. Yeah, man, we get out to the east side.
They black out here.
I got white kids on my team and some Mexican kids, and I got me and my buddy. We got color to us and everything. So me and him, we get into the locker room. We see a couple of the other guys come walking out, and just my quarterback's face. I remember just seeing his face as they walked by the locker room. I said, bro, what you scared for, bro? It's just another football team. He said, we don't really like. I said, what? What do you mean you don't see? Like, what? It's just another football team, bro. It ain't no thing to it. I said, don't worry about it. You just gonna have to bring a little bit of your ghetto side gonna have to come out a little bit, man. You have to pull your pants up a little bit.
But those are the type of teams, though. Those are the type of teams I try to tell my son this every time they would play a team like a Richmond or something, like one of them teams for the projects, right? Yeah. All the kids are going to be fast. They can get active. If you go punch those kids in the mouth early, though, they all going to be arguing on the sideline. Coach is probably going to be fist fighting. You already got them. But if you let them have confidence, they're going to do whatever they want. They're going to talk on top of it, and it's going to be the worst game they ever experienced in life. Yeah. And I try to tell people that, So that you can make that game really fun like you did. And what we're about to hear about, or that fun, that game could be miserable.
Oh yeah. And I mean that game, I think that game was pretty miserable for them. We beat them 39-0 that game. They didn't even get a first down. So I mean, to open the game off, my first touchdown, I remember I had caught a bubble screen the play before, and it was behind the line of scrimmage, and I dropped it. But since it was behind the line of scrimmage, I picked it up and I advanced it. Everybody thought it should have been a dead ball, but it was behind the line of scrimmage, so I advanced it, of course. It was like 3rd and 9, I believe, 3rd and 9 with that. We get to a trips left. I'm the third receiver on the inside, and I have like a hunt / like a dig route. So if I can get to the behind the linebackers into like a hole and sit down, then my quarterback will find me and hit it. So, boom, we get the read that we want. I kind of work out to the nickel, and then I slide in. And as I slide in, the quarterback dumps it over the top. Then I kind of go up, jump up, and I catch it. Split the safety, and then that was the first touchdown I had. And so that one was pretty cool. I think that was only it was 21 yards, I believe. 21 yards. And then
do you have a video of that?
Of that touchdown, I don't. I believe my pops does though. My pops has a portfolio of my whole senior year, so he's got all the clips.
I need that. I'm gonna make a crucial joint. Yeah. Clip this, StreamYard. Clip this.
Yeah, he's got those clips. And then the first interception, So they had 3 different quarterbacks. So I picked off each quarterback that they put into that game. So each quarterback that they put in, I picked off all 3 of them. Yeah.
He's gotta go.
Yeah. He went. It was all 3 of them. It was after that.
Oh man.
So the first one, he bootlegged out, threw the ball. I just kind of read his eyes, undercut the route, picked it off, and then after that, it was really the other 2 quarterbacks. They were 2 tall dudes just trying to throw 4 verts, and I kind of just sat under the 4 verts and just picked the other 2 off. So that game was real fun. I had some family from Olathe that came to watch, so it was real meaningful, and just the performance I had, and just to hear the words that the coach said about me after the game. Yeah. They put it in a newspaper article. I think my mom's got the newspaper article. He just basically said that I was just all over the field, went anywhere the quarterback went, the 3 interceptions, and just he said they struggled watching film on me all week, just from both sides of the ball. They was just not trying to figure out a way to stop me, and the game plan just failed. So I think I ended up having like 98 yards with 4 catches that game.
That's all right, man.
Nah, that's crucial, man. And this is the 2019 season, right?
That was my senior season going into
2021
season, yeah. 2020,
okay.
21.
So tell me, let's talk about the well, first of all, that game honestly was that's amazing. Like to have that many interceptions and touchdowns, and like that's just I think that's a true testament to the dedication you have.
Yeah, and as a team, we had back-to-back skunks. So like even as a defense, that showed how well we kind of dialed into the game plan and just bought into what our defensive coordinator had for us. Because the week before the last regular season, we beat that team 42-0. So just as a defense, we were real dialed in with our scheme and just our rotations as DBs, and our linebackers' communication with the D line was real crucial.
No, exactly. No, you're spot on. So before I'm gonna pass it over to Brent after this, but to go to the 2019 season and that team's success. What would you say was like the driving force of that team success?
I would say just everybody just buying in the whole year. Just like we all became real close as a team. The juniors and seniors that played varsity together. We every Thursday we found a way to get together to have like a team dinner or hang out. Every Saturday we were getting together after football games, like after Friday Night Lights. We would go to the soccer games as a group and support the soccer team. Like we did everything as a group. My junior year with that senior class. So it was really about just being real connected, and everybody just understood each other. We were all bought in. We knew what we wanted to do. And like after we hit the stretch of being 4-0 and like we understood like we were getting into the harder part of our schedule, and we could understand that we could actually win out. We just started buying in more and more and more, and then once you hit that 8-0, dang, you're undefeated. You guys are WAC champs. You won the regular season.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
So now you're going into your first playoff game. We get to host that one. Boom, we end up beating that team, go 9-0, and then you get into the second playoff game. You end up beating that team, go 10-0, and then we get to the last game right before the state championship, and then we have one key part to our little situation. We had a situation that happened with some guys. We had a guy that decided to take a family trip and fly over to Cancun instead of playing a football game. So that kind of we had a linebacker playing DB.
But was that by his choice, or did his parents like?
That was his choice. His choice.
Wow. Oh, he did not like football at all.
Yeah. And he was a starter. He was
our starter corner. Our starter corner. Yeah, he was our corner.
Oh, he must have been scared of the smoke. Who was the receiver on the other side? You got so scared. You went to Cancun early.
Yeah, he put himself on a trip, dog. The flight went to the beach. Before we was in off season.
That's crazy work, bro.
So we had a linebacker playing man coverage on the dude that's #1 receiver in 6A. So we're like, yo, what is going on here? And next thing you know, we're seeing a go ball going down the field. Linebacker looking over his head, like, what did it do? Like, damn.
Yeah.
Ain't do nothing. Just run.
Wow.
So look though, man, and in basketball, you earned all state honorable mention. Like, so that obviously that's something, right? Because I didn't really play basketball, and I think that's big time, especially in the state of Kansas. This is a very big state. But like, do you think that playing basketball like helped you with like quick twitch muscles? Did you play basketball to help you in other sports, or did you play basketball because you genuinely love the game of basketball?
I love the game of basketball. I used to think I was a hooper. Nah, my jump shot's bad. Nah, I ain't no hooper. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't a hooper. I'm a broke down. I'll go to the gym and play old man basketball. But nah, high school, it kind of helped with athleticism. It was really a lot of fast twitch and kind of helping with the bounce and things like that. But it was really just the love of it. My junior year, some things happened. I got into it with the head coach, and just some things went down. We went and spoke to the athletic director, and the athletic director was like, look, if the coach wants you to do this, you got to do that. And I wasn't going for it. So that same night, I ended up leaving the team. So I didn't play my junior year. Focused on getting my body right for football and baseball and things like that. And then come my senior year, we got a new head coach. He came to me personally during football. Was like, I want you to come play basketball. I didn't want to play my senior year. I was just kind of really trying to focus on. I was trying to find a 7-on-7 team, try to find a way to get to school,
right? Things
like that. But he convinced me to play. I ended up being the only senior on the team, so I was the leader of the team, and I took the younger guys under my wing, and just the connections I made with them guys on that team was great. It was just the different developments. I helped them guys. There were some guys, they was real quiet before that, and I kind of brought the voice out in them. They kind of started finding their own character and things like that. And then once they got to their senior year, I seen that while I was in college. I'd go back to the games and I'd watch just how they played, and I could tell I rubbed off on them in a positive way. So being able to play my senior year and be that leader for them was real fun for myself.
That's good, man. So talking earlier, we were talking about so the two sports, like which one was the easiest, most natural, and which one was the most difficult, and you said baseball. But you did win a WAC championship and made it to a regional final. What was that like? And explain, did you guys lose in the regional final that year?
We did. So the WAC championship, I actually threw a no-hitter.
Okay, that's legendary.
Wow. That's no-hitter. Yes, sir. So we won that WAC championship, played at home, threw a no-hitter. Probably the best game I pitched in my life. That started the game, ended the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only threw, I think it was 7 innings, seven-inning game.
Wow. Yeah. Yep. Unless you pitched the perfect game, that's definitely the best game you pitched.
Yeah, that was lit. So that was a great time. And then regionals, we got up there. First game, we beat that team, got into it, and then that regional game was crazy. So we got to play that night. We started, and I was playing second base at the time. Or no, I was playing right field, and we knew it was about to start raining and things like that. We ended up getting the lead on them 2-1, and it just starts downpouring on us. And we couldn't see nothing in the outfield. Ball started getting waterlogged, and so we were sitting in the dugout for a good, I'd say, an hour. We were out there waiting for an hour, and they were like, okay, so we can either just stay in the bus and wake up in the morning and we just played in the morning, or you guys go bus back home or get a hotel. We didn't have the money for it, so we weren't gonna buy no hotel. So we bus back home. I think it was like a 4-hour drive. We were all the way up in Kansas City. So 4.5, 5-hour drive home. Got home late in the morning, and then had to turn around the next day and go back and play that same game. And I ended up getting on the mound and pitched, and they ended up getting tied up 2-2 off of just like a blooper. They had a runner on. They resumed where they started. So they had a runner on first and third. The batter was up with I think it was a 2-1 count, and I threw a fastball. Dude just hit a blooper. Dude on the third score. We end up getting out of that inning. We go up, or we're tied 2-2. We get into the last inning, and we're in the field, and we end up getting a situation where it was first and third, and we worked the situation all week because we knew what they wanted to do. They wanted the first base runner. They wanted to get him to kind of cheat in the middle of the runway to see if I would balk, or to see if I would step off and get my attention to him. So I kept my composure. I stepped off. I checked the guy at third. I got him all the way back to the base. And as I looked to the guy at first, he starts taking off running to second. And we have a freshman playing second base. and he forgot the plan for what we were supposed to do when the person that first takes off. So he takes off late to the bag. I throw it to him, and since he was late, it hit the tip of his glove, and it fell out. And the guy on third scored, and they beat us 3-2.
Wow. So, dang. Let me get some context. So, was what the plan was? So who had the ball?
So I had the ball. I was on the mound.
Okay, so you stepped off. All right, so
the shortstop say step off, and I stepped off, and I checked the guy on third because the guy on first didn't advance yet.
Yeah.
So as soon as I checked him on third, that's when he wanted to advance, and we knew that because we had a little bit of a film the game before. We watched him do it to the team before, so we knew it was coming. So I stepped off. I checked the guy at third. And the guy at first started creeping, and then I heard the shortstop say now. And as I turned to go now to throw it to second, the second baseman broke late. And when I tried to go put it on him to make the tag, we would have had the out, and we would have got out of it, and we would have went to hit, and we probably would have won because we were at the top of our lineup, and we were all hitting real good.
Yeah.
He ended up missing the ball. They scored. Walk it off.
Micah and I were just talking about this the other day. I think it was like last week when Duke played against UConn. And they made that error. That's what happened when freshmen were playing in critical moments.
Yeah.
But so
well,
that's unfortunate for real, man. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get on. So I want to go ahead and ask you a couple questions. So Dodge City, you go to Dodge City Community College, right? And I've been there too. So you start playing football there. So give me a little bit of that experience, and then from there you go to Fort Hays State University. And I didn't play football there, but I partied there a lot. So this is going to be interesting to hear about, man. So give me an insight on those two experiences for college.
So I actually didn't start playing football at DC3. I played baseball when I got to DC3.
Okay.
I signed out of high school to Ottawa University, which is a NAIA school up in Olathe, Kansas, private school. Just didn't like it after I committed. I thought I made the wrong decision. And so after I decommitted, everything was closed. Couldn't get to JUCO, nothing like that. Started playing summer baseball. Ended up getting a little offer to come play baseball here. So started off playing baseball. Got to a point where I was just like, yeah, this is not it, bro. Like, I don't want to play baseball. I hate this. I hate it so much. I hate everything about baseball. So why am I here? So I texted the football coach. I was like, hey, you think you can get me over for spring training? Like, I can come over in the springtime to play football? He was like, well, we're actually kind of like down receivers right now. Let's see if we can talk to the AD and see if we can start playing right now. And we'll get in some of the schemes and see if we can just have you finish off the season. They ended up putting me on a 6-week athletic suspension because I broke a contract is what they said. So I didn't understand it. I didn't know.
Wait, Dodge City put you on that?
Yeah. The AD.
The own school.
Yeah, the school put me on a 6-week.
Oh, so he goes to a coach goes, this sounds like some typical Dodge City stuff. Okay. So the coach goes to the AD, hey, we want to help this kid out. And the AD says, bet. 6-month suspension. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Well, it was really because the baseball coach told him that I left the team and that I was breaking the rules with the baseball team because I was leaving.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand that part, but when you're a multi-sport athlete, hey, man. So this is what I'm talking about. They won't let you be great, man. Deion Sanders did it. You know what I mean?
It was tragic. Yeah. So I was on a 6-week suspension. Ended up coming over to the football team in the springtime. We ended up getting a new coach anyways. They fired that guy. Got a new coach, came in the springtime, and at that point, I kind of gave up on school. I stopped going to class and things like that, so I kind of just had a bad freshman year. So I never really got to play at DC3. I just played spring ball. I was ineligible for the regular season. So I focused on getting my grades right, worked real hard to get to the point where I could get to Fort Hays. After my the last spring that I was there, I was excited. I was finally eligible. I thought I was going to actually get a final season of JUCO. The DB coach was like, you're going to play. I was doing everything I needed to do, and they let me go. They let me go. The coach was like, yeah, we're going to let you go. You ain't going to stay here. He ended up getting fired after they let me go. So I was like, oh, all right, that's cool.
Same situation for me.
Yeah, I put together like a little film that I had from spring cut up and just started sending it to a bunch of JUCOs. And then I actually had a buddy that I went to high school with, one of my best buddies. His name Alden Nedler. We went to high school together. He was actually in Fort Hays. And so I sent it to him. I was like, hey, can you give this to the head coach and the defensive coordinator? Give me a call back, see what they tell me. or see what they tell you and let me know. He ended up calling me back like 30 minutes later. He was like, the defensive coordinator wants to talk to you. Here's his phone number. I called the defensive coordinator, and then I ended up calling the head coach, Coach Brown. He actually they wanted to recruit me out of high school, but they wanted to give me a PWO. So I didn't take the PWO. But Coach Brown was like,
explain what a PWO is.
Player walk-off or player walk-on.
Walk-on, okay.
Player walk-on, player walk-on.
Yep. And this was at
preferred walk-on.
Preferred. Yeah, but and this is where?
At Fort Hays.
Okay, so all right, go ahead.
So before that, when I was in high school, they wanted to give me the preferred walk-on, and then I didn't take it. So after that, got to talking to Coach Brown, and he was just like, "Yeah, I like what you're doing at the JUCO." He was like, "As long as you're not the same person you was in high school." I was a little bit of a hothead in high school. I ain't gonna lie.
We all were.
A lot of emotions, things like that. So he was like, "As long as you're not really like a hothead like that." And my buddy Alden vouched for me. He was like, nah, he's calmed down a lot. He's not that same person. He was like, all right, we'll bring you over. I took a visit over there, and then he ended up giving me an offer to come play football. And he gave me a scholarship, and I paid for school. I didn't have to pay for my books or nothing like that. I had daycare for my son. If my son needed to be out there for daycare, I didn't have to pay for that. And then
that's what's up.
They were taking care of me in a good way. I didn't live on campus. I lived in a house with some other people, they were real great people. And then it was just a great time out there. Got to Hayes and played football. I didn't really play a lot. I just played special teams. I was on kickoff and kickoff return, but I mean, I still made the best of that. You know, I had a lot of tackles on. I think I had 11 tackles, so I had a tackle every time we was on kickoff.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. There is no way possible that I ever would have been able to be a successful football player going to Fort Hays State.
So I didn't party, bro. I didn't
that's
party.
That's why I'm glad. That's why I said I know I couldn't have, because when I was in Kansas and I was at Dodge City, we would go from Dodge City to go to Fort Hays just to party. Their parties is crazy. I didn't
really party like that. I mean, I did go to so during the season we were on a ban basically. The only time that they took the ban off was after we won. We beat Northwestern Missouri. We hadn't beat them in like 4 years. So we beat them at home on a Thursday night. The president of the school canceled school Friday. He was like, no school the next day.
That's all right.
The coach went to the locker room. He was like, all bands were off, all house parties, all bars, all that stuff were off. So, like, if you guys just go out, just be safe. So that night I went out with some of my teammates, went and just checked it out. But, I'm not a drinker. I don't like to drink nothing like that.
I ain't really see you as a partier like that,
Yeah, no, I'm not a big drinker like that. So I really just go to listen to music and just kind of be out and be around people, like with my teammates and things like that. I'm not a big people person, so I kind of shy to a corner and stay into myself. I had a couple buddies that I went to high school with. They had a house kind of right up the street from mine. They used to have kickbacks, never really big parties like that. It was really just they played beer pong and sit in the house and just chill, have music going. So I would go over there. They'd always have food. They would feed me. So I would just sit there and chill with them. And never really kind of hang out or never really drink or do nothing crazy, just kind of hang out and things like that. And then after football season during Christmas break, I did go out and party just a little bit.
I wanted to say, look what Pop said.
A little bit.
He said a little bit.
Pop's gonna come in here and tell the truth. I will say after football was over, and finals were coming up, studying for finals, you get grounded so much. I did stay to myself. I stayed in the house, and I finally needed an outbreak, so I did go out with my buddy Alden, and he took me to the bars a couple times. And
Where in Hayes? At Hayes?
Yeah, in Hayes.
You don't need no bars out there. Every house has got a party.
Yeah, every corner.
Every house got a party.
The next corner, the house that I live next to, I used to hate it. I used to have 4 o'clock morning workouts. They'd be out there partying until 3 in the morning.
They're still up. Yeah, absolutely.
Man, you wake up, get ready to go to workouts. They out there still playing beer pong.
And you got 20 people sleep all over the floors.
On the grass.
Man. Fort Hays, I don't know how anybody passes any classes out there.
Got a yard full of beer cans. Twisted teas and Coors Light.
Yo, I'm like, yes, man. That's what's up, man. Hey, so I'm gonna let Micah go ahead and get into the next couple set of questions, man. I appreciate you, dog.
No, that was dope. because I definitely was partying too much.
Yeah, no. Like, you go to listen. If you go to Hayes, that's probably the most drunk athletic school you're gonna find in the state of Kansas. They are known for drinking
No
over
question.
Tuesdays,
No question.
Tuesdays and Thursdays are dedicated to drinking for them students over there in Fort Hayes.
Yeah, and they got other kids that are dedicated Monday through Sunday. I promise.
Oh yeah. As soon as they get out of class, it'd be 10:30 in the morning. They got a darty going at in the front lawn. It's like 10:30, bro. Why you got a beer in your hand?
Yeah, they don't care.
I'm
And they probably and somehow they probably got straight A's.
Oh yeah, they passed every class.
Yes, it's crazy.
Bachelor's degree.
Yeah, 100%, man. So like during because it's a journey really from high school ball, to continue playing through JUCO, college, to where you're playing at arena football, and that's professional football. You know what I mean? You're taking it serious. You're getting paid. But what was it like? What was the impact that you had? When you met your wife.
I met my wife. So we actually met while we were working at a preschool together. While we were working at a preschool together.
Oh wow!
I will say meeting her has probably been not probably. It has definitely been the best thing that's happened to me just as an individual. Just her as a character, her as a person, her heart, her soul, like just the way she loves me, the way she loves my son, even though he's not hers. Just her, like we have a child together now. We have a daughter together. So I got two kids, one somewhere else, and then I got my daughter with my wife. And just her as a mother in itself, man. Just seeing her with my daughter, like that's really, that's the goal that you want to have in life as a man, is just to have a partner that's there with you and that wants to be a parent with you and everything like that. And just for her being young, she's only 20, so like my wife she's young, but she's taking this role as a mother, as a partner, as everything for us in a great way. And she's without her, bro, like none of this is possible. None of this is possible whatsoever.
Man, bro, that's real, honestly.
Hey, I do want to. Hey, Matt, we talk about that, Matt. Do you know? I want to say this because I know they're watching, and I'm 100% confident about this. Do you know that I am the reason why your mom and dad are together, right?
Yeah. My dad rubbed that in her face all the time.
Yeah, man, that's what was so fun. Yeah, like we was all having a good time at his house, at Trent's house. And we were listening, we were playing like the video game. Dre was there, everybody was there. And I think we were drinking E&J, Irk and Jerk.
Ooh, I remember that.
We were drinking Irk and Jerk, and they kept playing the song, Yeah, I'm Single, Lil Wayne song, I'm Single. And I don't know all I know is that what came from that is I was like, yeah, y'all together now. So it was just funny, but yeah. And then ever since that day, now we're here. They're married, got two, and Matt's always been around though. So, but go ahead, man. My fault. I was thinking about that.
No, you good, bro. You good. But yeah, no, my wife is just me and her, like the impact that she's had. It's been great. Like just even before having our daughter, just like her, I was real kind of to myself, like a real angry person and things like that. So she's like being around her is real. It makes me feel real comfortable, real peaceful and things like that. So I don't feel none of that tension and things like that. So that's how I know that's my partner. That's the one, like she's meant for me, and I like I said, bro, like she's everything. Yeah, everything.
She's the base like that.
She's everything.
Without, like you said, without her, it wouldn't be going. So, like, did you guys kind of like date for a little while or get married, right? Like, what was that?
So we haven't had a wedding, so we're not. Okay. We haven't had a wedding to that. So
Bro, I'm in the same.
That's my wife, though. That's my wife. Yeah. In order for it to be official, like she deserves the proper ring, the proper wedding, the proper proposal. Like she deserves all that just because she's a strong woman. Like there's so much that we've been through. Like she's a strong woman, so like she deserves all the proper things in order to be that. So, but that's my wife. Like I tell her, that's how I see you. That's how I refer to you. Like you're my wife without the wedding and everything, no matter what.
Yeah,
Southwest
so
Storm. Let's get this man a wedding sponsor, man.
Yeah,
we do.
yeah. So we dated and things like that. And on our 1 year, I got her a promise ring and things like that. And so now I'm on the verge of. I don't know if she's watching it live or not, so I got to be careful what I say. I got to be careful what I say.
Yeah.
You can't
But
do all the
just
sauce,
know
man.
there's big things coming within the
Let's
next
go.
year.
No,
Let's
that's
go,
awesome,
man.
man. That's
Next year.
awesome. Nah, I love that. So, what has it been like? And I'm gonna pass it over to Brent after this. What has it been like becoming a father, and how has your child influenced your motivation?
So I became a dad at 15 years old. I
That's
was
serious.
15 when my son was born.
Dang, I forgot that. That's
I was
vicious. That's
a
crazy.
junior in high school when I had my son.
Yep.
That's real.
It definitely. I was growing up.
Boy, you was out there
before-
getting active, won't you, boy?
I was getting active, bro. I was getting active.
Nah, I'm messing with you, bro.
It was bad. It was bad. But I having him, I was already growing up. I was going through a lot, like mentally, as a young individual at that time. That freshman and sophomore stint, just a lot of life problems was going on, and then boom, you about to be a dad now. So it's like I'm already growing up in this phase, dealing with life as it is. Like I tell people, my life isn't no sunshine and rainbows. I wasn't shied away from anything of the unordinary, you know what I mean? Like I've seen things and been around things. It's life. It's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all grew up in environmental trenches. You see things like that too. So it's just life.
Yeah.
And so having him, it definitely made me grow up even more. It made to the point where like I wasn't going out before, but I dang sure wasn't going out now because that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be a dad. I wanted to be around him. Wanted to take him around my people, and so that's what we did. We spent my time around my people. We used to sit at my grandma's house and play spades and dominoes, and that was our weekend on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sit there and play spades and dominoes while the grown folks drank, and we just sat there and played spades and dominoes.
Yeah.
I had my son. And then now I have my daughter. She'll be 7 months this month that I have with my wife. And that being a father to a son, that's great to have a boy as your first go around because you get to see what you were like as a younger individual, and then you can ground him into be a better individual than what you are now. But having my daughter has definitely softened me up to what I needed. You know what I mean? It's taking a lot of the anger that I had out now to where she's just that soft point. It's the little princess in the picture now. So it's you got to be on that soft end. And having a daughter, it's been so great having her, man. It's been a blessing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. All right, so but we got about another 15 minutes. So I do want to talk a little bit about what it's like playing for the Storm, what it's like playing professional football, what it's like having your family in the crowd, what it's like being home playing. I just want to know, man. And then I know you was explaining, we were talking earlier, you play a little bit of both sides, but right now you're focused on receiver. Give us a little outlook on that before we get into the closing, brother.
Yeah, so playing with the Storm has been great. This is like my second season playing with them. Coach Thomas has gave me the opportunity to be here again. Last year I played like jack linebacker in a different league with them in the AF1. So I played on the defensive side, but moved over to offense later in the season. I ended up tweaking my hamstring, so I didn't get to finish out the season really on offense and things like that. Kind of just play special teams and sat on the side and just watched. But this season, coming into it, he knew what my role was going to be. He told me ahead of time that I was going to be on offense and that this was what the scheme was going to be. And so off-season training was strictly offensive training, receiver training, just catching footballs every day. And then just getting into this season, playing in front of my family is really the main thing. Being able to be back home since high school was the last time I got to play in front of them. So being able to do it now, especially as a professional athlete, when it's in an entertainment aspect, is even more fun because that's how I like to produce myself. I like to be an entertainer, not only for my family, but for the kids that are in the stands too. Just the kids that come up to you after the game on number 4, I love you. I like when you dance, or like they ask for like just little things, man. Little things, bro. So
because that's what number I wore in high school. That's the number I wore in high school. Michael wore number 3. Today. Hey, but he is the winningest quarterback that ever played at the high school and stuff. But yeah, man. So another question with that, like, so when you're playing, how often do you guys travel like out of the state of Kansas?
We would not too. So last year we were traveling a lot. Last year we traveled to New York. I went to Washington D.C. I was in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh dang! I wish I'd have known you was in D.C.
Yeah, I was in Washington. Where else?
Dang, that blows.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah. So last year we did a lot of big traveling and things like that. But this year it's not too big. We went to Louisiana to kick off the season over in Shreveport. We go to Amarillo next week.
Okay.
So, and then we're back in Salina, so back in Kansas the week after, and then we go down to Dallas May 2nd. So we go down to Texas again, and then back home, and then we'll go to like Sioux City, Iowa. I think that's the last one on the schedule.
Iowa. You know what? I don't know if I don't think I've ever. Definitely never been to Iowa before. Yeah, right. They definitely got football out there. Obviously. And then obviously, and their college team is, doing something. Obviously, not the greatest, but they're making a lot more noise than they usually are. And then of course, Caitlin Clark just came from University of Iowa, so there's some stuff going on out there. But that's what's up, man. So they were trying to talk about me coming out of retirement. Boy, the show is over, guys. All right,
come on now.
Hey, you seen the way the quarterback got hit when he threw that touchdown pass to Matt. His back was bent over the whole side of the thing, man. My back didn't hold. But it's like, hey, if I did play though, that would make the most sense. Would be arena like getting back in shape. Because the field is smaller.
Yeah.
I could, it would, if I did do something, it would be like that. And since I didn't play for a lot of years, I don't want to come in there.
All you need is a 3-step drop back and sling it.
Oh, I can do that right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's all we need.
Yeah, I don't want the guy, I don't want the guy there to get, because if I come there and I take a spot, I don't want him to get, so I'm going to just decline. I'm going to decline the offer. Hey. Nah, man, that's what's up, bro. Hey, man, I really appreciate you, bro, coming on here. Is there going to be a way for the viewers, I know a lot of them are people that you're familiar with, that can watch the game, though? If we can watch the game?
So tomorrow for the game, there is a link. If you are not able to make it to the game, we do kick off at 6:10, not 6 p.m. Time. So we are kicking off at 6:10. There's a link. I'm not sure what the link is, but I can definitely get it sent out to my family. That way they can get it sent to y'all. But we are nationally televised tomorrow. We are the game of the week for the NAL, and we are nationally televised tomorrow. So it is the biggest game of the week. If you got DirecTV, it will be on channel 308 or 309 for the folks that do got DirecTV.
They still got DirecTV?
Huh?
They still got DirecTV?
I guess that they post. That's what they say. I guess.
Is it satellite still, or is it not satellite anymore?
I don't know. I used the Roku TV.
We used to have DirecTV in Virginia, right, Micah?
Yeah, I think it's not.
But they used to. But no, because remember, every time we would do roofs, they would have to remove the dish.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's probably not a dish.
Some people still have them though.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just know.
In Kansas, they probably do because it's real.
I know they got DirecTV out here.
Yeah, you can see for 50 miles straight.
You got DirecTV out here.
Yeah, man.
For days.
Yes, sir. Hey, Matt, man, we really appreciate you coming on. We appreciate all the viewers. We will I will say this. So we've been doing the podcast now. This is actually the 25th day. So having you on here on the 25th day is actually really, really cool, bro. And we're really grateful that you did this. And on top of that, this is the most motion and action. So we appreciate you allowing us to have your viewers come through on our platform to hear you speak, man, and tell your story. I do. Before we get out here, I am going to pray for you and your family, man. So, I'll get into that. Lord Jesus, thank you for bringing here this evening. And having Matt on here, being able to discuss what he's been through and his story, to help other children that are out here and the youth out here to understand what it takes to have the commitment to be an athlete, to be a father, to be a husband, and to be so much more. Thank you for the time that we had together. Pray for his health tomorrow in the game. I pray for his family, Lord, his mom, his dad, his brother, his sister, his uncle, everybody, man. And I appreciate Micah coming on here and just give us the strength. We want to pray for our friends, our enemies, and our family, and pray for the storm. Let's get it. Amen.
Woo!
All right, bro. Hey,
Oh, sweet.
yes, sir. So look, I am gonna edit this. This is gonna be the first edit that we do, and I'll put this on probably the Natty Fit YouTube channel, but we'll get it done. So I'll be making clips and stuff like that. We'll get that, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. We'll holler back.
Appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
man.
I appreciate y'all for sure.
All right, man. I'm gonna hit y'all
All
up.
right. All right.